Hi, this video is part 2 of the LockDown Browser Live Proctoring video series, and in this video we're going to learn how to actually start the exam with our students using live proctoring. Before the students can start the exam, we need to make sure a couple things are in place. Number one, we need to make sure that LockDown Browser has been enabled with that secret code. And if I need to double check that, I can always come into LockDown Browser in my course and continue here. Double check that LockDown Browser and live proctoring are required for the exam that I want. And if I forget the code, I can use this down arrow here to go into my settings and remind myself of the code that I need for my students. So that's the first thing that we need to do as far as setup goes. The second thing that we need to do is set up our Teams meeting for the day, and we want all of our students to join that before we start the assessment. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Teams meetings on my end. Once I have my meeting configured, my camera on, my audio set up how I want, I'll go ahead and join this. And I'll wait for my students to join as well. Once all my students have joined, as represented by the Funko Pop here, I want to make sure that their cameras and microphones are set how I want them. So in this case here, I want my students' cameras on, but I want them muted so I don't hear what's going on and I don't have any interruptions during the test. Once my students' cameras are set up and their microphone settings are set how I want them, I can now direct them to go ahead and start the assessment. One bonus tip, once you have all your students joined, go up to the three dots in the meeting options there and turn on the large gallery view. That is going to let you view all of your students as they're taking their test at a time. Once you give your students the passcode, they're going to be able to start the test, and you're going to be able to watch their camera feeds as they do the test. If you would like to, let's move this camera feed to the side for a moment. I could also come back into Schoology, and I can review their progress as well. So I could go into the assessment, which happens to be here. And if my students were working on this live, I would see some live updates here. And I can bring that Teams window back up to watch the students and the test at the same time. So that is the part 2 video on how to actually initiate a live proctored assessment with LockDown Browser. Thank you for watching.